Hey guys, it's Randy with the Del Riddle Group here with another market update for you guys for the month of February. As you know, these are always 30 days backdated, so most of the trends that we're going to look at is going to be for January, and then next month we're going to see February's trends. But this is specifically for the month of February because it's being released in February. Okay, so we'll go ahead and dive straight into the trends, and we'll get straight to it. So this right here is for Stanislaus County. As you can see here, rates are still right about 6 3/4 roughly. They did come down just a little bit from 6.8 from last month. And inventory did creep up and come up a little bit to 591 units across the entire county. But pending sales are also up right now at 247 units that have also gone pending as well. And if we look at that month over month, first sales are up 12% and pendings are up 23.5%. So we are seeing an uptick in pendings as well as with actives. And it's the slowest time of the year too. January, February, it's always slow until we get towards the spring. Then things start to pick up again. But right now we are seeing that despite the market being slow, despite rates still being at 6 1/4, still being high when we thought that they were going to come down a little bit after the election, we are seeing that there's still activity out there, and we are seeing that there are still people buying homes and putting offers as well. And solds, as you can see, is down compared to last month, but that's also because pendings were down the month prior as well. So that's the same. Rate peak for last year in 2023, was 7.8, and the year before that in 2022 was 7.1. So we're not quite where we were, but we still are on the higher side. 7.2 was the high for April of last year, and now again we're at 6 3/4. So rates have come down a little bit. We do expect them to stay slightly where they are for right now. We'll see some rate cuts, but nothing promising and nothing in the news that's very specific about them dropping back down to 4s right now. Okay, so what this pretty much tells us is that sellers are still actively looking to sell. The peak for the amount of homes that were on the market was 684. Right now we're at 591. We are probably going to see more of this uptick in the next coming months because we are going to get closer to the springtime, which is busy season. But pendings are still going up too. And the crazy thing about this, if we go to the next slide, you'll see right here, this is actually price per square foot. And despite inventory being higher, pendings slightly coming up, but not being where we thought they would be. They're not half of what the inventory is compared to what they were last year. We're still seeing prices are staying solid too, despite the rates being as aggressive as they are, right? And as high as they are. So we had a record high of prices in July of 2024 at $490,000. That's the highest it's ever been in Stanislaus County. And right now, that was at $304 on average a square foot. Right now, for the month of January, we're up $296 a square foot. So almost to the peak of where we were back in 2024 peak. So we're still seeing that even again, despite rates, 6.7 right now, 6.7 at that month, as you can see here on these trends. So we are seeing some similarities there. The biggest difference, of course, is inventory is right around the same as well. So we're almost mirroring the same as we were at the peak of the market last year. If we look at that, that's a 3.9% increase in appreciation for price per square foot throughout the 12-month period, and a 3.5% increase month over month. So we're nice. It's a nice uptick for price per square foot for the entire county. So if you have a home, you're not losing your value, and you're actually gaining some appreciation, even though the market is kind of holding stale, and it feels like it's a burden right now for a lot of people because the prices are high with interest rates, and we're seeing inventory creep up and everything else. The sentiment in politics and everything. Now that the election's done, we are excuse me. Now that the election's done, we are seeing more buyers start to jump back into the market, but it's not a floodgate like we thought it may be. So if you're a buyer out there, just know that there's not a whole lot of people jumping to homes. There is a good amount of inventory, so you have some choices there, but it's not going to be a lot of competition depending on the price point that you're at. If you're underneath 500,000, there is a lot more competition with buyers right now. If you're above that, it's a little bit more stagnant and you have a little bit more negotiation potential, but it's case by case as well. Even homes that are under 500,000, some are sitting, some have awesome negotiation potential, others don't. Others have multiple offers on them. It just depends on the home, it depends on the location, depends on all those factors there. And then days on market right now, as you know, rates are a little higher. We are almost at the peak of what we were January of last year. January of last year, we were at 47 days on market. Today, we're at 43 days on market. We're up 2.4% over the last 12 months, and we're actually down 8.5% from this time last year. So we are seeing some changes there. Average price per home that's sold is about 97%. So say, for example, you're priced at $100,000, you can expect to get an offer at 97 grand on average. And that is consistent for the last 4 months, which again are the slowest months of the year. And that's also consistent in comparison to this time last year as well. So we're kind of seeing a similar market as last year. We may see a similar market going into the remainder of the year. But the good thing is if you're a buyer out there, there's inventory that's available for you. As long as you're able to stomach the interest rate and stomach the payment, there's also some negotiation potential for you. And if you're a seller, you're not losing equity as you're waiting around if you don't want to list and sell right now. But there's also buyers that are out there as long as you're willing to position your property accordingly and properly. So that's the trends for February of 2025. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available for you. As you know, realtors and myself, we do get paid when we help a client buy or sell a property. But at the end of the day, we're in a service-based industry, and I love to just help and lend my assistance wherever it's needed. So if you ever have any questions, or you just want to get a price evaluation, or whatever it may be, don't hesitate to reach out to me with a text or a phone call, whatever it is, and I'll make sure I answer any questions you may have, okay? So other than that, I hope you have an awesome rest of the month. I hope you had a great Valentine's Day, and I hope you're looking forward to March in the next month. So if you have any questions, again, let me know. Other than that, I hope you have a good rest of the month, and I'll be in touch soon, okay? Take care, everybody.